This should be working. Okay, now it works. All right. So, this is the Psychotic Strength Podcast. This is Tyler Townsend.
And Alyssa Geil.
Oh, that's how you say that.
Yes.
I keep saying Gail.
No, it's Geil.
Geil.
Yeah, it's German.
Nice.
Don't look it up.
Why?
Don't look it up.
Now I gotta know. Why can't I look this up? Oh, no.
Just don't.
Was he like, were they like the leaders?
No.
Were they like Hitler's right-hand man?
No, just like don't look up the meaning of the word.
Of Geil.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up now. I appreciate that. Anyways, so this was supposed to be more of like a feminine podcast, right? Where I had quite a few ladies coming in and we were going to discuss some feminine issues with a dude here. But I can't change that part. At least I don't want to. Yeah.
That'd be weird.
Yeah. I like my stuff. I think it's fine. But you're the only one that showed up, right? So
I guess
Leah
I was
Smith.
the only one who wanted to make the trek.
Right. Leah Smith was going to be here. Petia was a little on the fence. She just put her dog down. So that's a little hard.
I had to do that last September.
Yeah, it's not
It's
a fun
hard.
move.
Yeah.
And then we had some other Becca Croft. I've been trying to get her to do it for a while, and she's very has a little bit of anxiety about doing it, which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
My husband wouldn't let me bail, so.
He wouldn't let you bail?
No.
That's awesome.
He's like, you already committed. You have to go. And I was like, dang it.
Well, I appreciate that, or I'd be sitting in this damn room all by myself, just talking to me. I've done one podcast by myself,
Yeah.
and it was terrible.
I listened. It was like
Did
the
you?
second or third
Yeah,
one.
it
Yeah,
was.
the third one.
It was so bad. And not only that, but I don't know if you can tell that the audio sounds like garbage, because I did it Facebook Live, and then I recorded it.
So it was just on your phone.
Well, so the recording didn't actually work. So I had to record the Facebook Live.
Oh, no!
Like, so it was terrible. So not only was it not a fun experience, because I'm just talking to me, but it
wasn't that bad. It was informative.
Sure. I appreciate that. I don't listen to any of my podcasts again.
Really?
I'll listen to it while I'm like uploading it, but I usually don't really go all the way back through it. It's more fun for me that way. I don't know. Whatever's said was said.
Yeah.
And that is
set
all.
in stone.
It's on the internet.
Recorded, yes.
Right.
You can never get it back. It's on the internet.
Good, I'm glad. I don't really hold my opinions very well, so.
True. You never have been able to.
I never have been able to. It's good. All right, so first thing we're going to do, gym updates. I'll kind of throw this out there first. I'm teaching a strength class, and that's going really well. It's like week 3 for that, so it's a lot of fun. I don't know if you can see my forehead.
Yes. A
So
little scratched up and bruised there.
it's a fat bruise is what it is.
Oh, it's all bruised.
Yeah.
Oh.
I fought this dude Mike yesterday. So this strength gym has a combat side, and I had said something about wanting. This guy's a Golden Gloves fighter. He went like amateur pro in Florida for a while, and the hard part is finding guys big enough for me to spar that kind of like can make me feel it a little.
Mm-hmm.
So I had mentioned something about I want to go around with this guy. I don't know who was talking shit on my behalf.
Oh no.
But this guy was fucking pissed.
Oh no!
And so last Saturday, so not this last Saturday, the one before, I'm teaching my class. I'm like, oh, it's you, Mike. Like, hey, I really want to round with you. He's like, yeah, hop in here. I'll beat the shit out of you. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh.
Like, oh, yeah, no way. I'll knock you out. Haha. And then, like, he was getting nasty. And I'm like, I've never even met you, dude. Like, you're going after it. Now we have to fight.
You're like, I just wanted to because you look like a badass.
Right. Like, you're a big guy. So, in my experience, you get a lot better fighting people who are 100 times better.
Yeah.
Right? So it's really good for you to do. And plus, it's hard for me to find a big enough guy for me to even want to block. Because most of these guys, if you're under 200 pounds and you hit me, I feel it, but my neck isn't big enough. You're not knocking me out, right? So I'll just take a lot of it. I also headbutt people's fists a lot. It's part of a strategy, right? Which does not work with bigger guys because they'll smash your brain around. But so this guy's pissed, and I'm like, okay, well then next Saturday I'll bring my shit and we can go around. So this Saturday I brought my shit because I've never said no to a fight ever, and I never will. I knew this was not going to go well. I knew for a damn
I knew
fact.
I was going to get mopped, but I still had to do it.
Right. And I have enough experience to where, like, I can keep myself alive, right? I'll be okay. What I didn't expect was how fucking mad this guy was. I did not know.
Did you ever find out, like, what was said?
I know that, like, in the other classes, I'd go Monday and Friday, which he goes Tuesday and Thursday. So it's always been like, we never really seen each other. But one of the kids that's in there, he's about 16, 17. I had said something about wanting to spar Mike. And I remember him saying, I told Mike that you want to fight him, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. Like,
but it was probably not like a just,
right.
Hey, this guy wants to spar with you.
Right. It's obviously like this guy wants to, like, beat the shit out of you. Which, as an adult, like, knowing his track record, no, I would not say that. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Right? So we get in there, and we're going. He's like, I'm going to hit you as hard as you hit me. And I'm like, well, we kind of got to go hard. Because of all the shit talking you were doing the other day, I have, like, my ego. Right? I have to. So we start going, and he got mad. So I do this, like, he's southpaw, first of all, which is weird for me. I don't fight a lot of southpaw. And so I do this front leg kick. Boom, boom. And I'll keep kicking you. And then I fake it and I hook. And I fucking landed that hook hard. And then he proceeded to beat the shit out of me.
He's like, okay, that's your one. Now you're done.
Right. Well, like, because he was hitting me, but not like everything he had. Then he starts popping off. Like, I see all these coming. It doesn't matter. I'm not dodging these. I'm not in this. Like, he landed them all. And each one, I'm just like, oh, shit. Then this guy comes in, clenches me, and kneed me in the forehead. That's what this is.
Ouch.
And I was kind of like, at the end of it, usually when you fight somebody, you get like this sort of respect for each other, right? And we talked, and we kind of squashed everything. But at the same time, you don't throw knees and elbows in a sparring match. Like, that's fucking rude. You know,
that for
like,
when you're getting paid for it.
Right, and maybe if you were getting your ass beat or something, or like I was doing well, I landed 2 shots total in a minute and a half. You were doing well.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary. I get you're driving your
That was
point
just my dick's
home.
bigger than your dick kind of thing.
Right, and that was the thing is like I never said your dick was smaller than mine. Right, like I get you're large and in charge. I understand. He's also they call him Big Mike for a reason. He's like 6'2". His reach is stupid. I couldn't even reach his head.
Oh, jeez.
Like my hook was all the way up.
Well, you're a little
I'm short. I'm
vertically
5'8".
challenged.
It's absolutely. And that's funny too. So I've said this a couple times on the podcast. I was 5'10" in high school. I'm 5'8" now.
Actually, I think I just listened to that on the. Well, you were 5'9" on the podcast that I.
Right. So I was 5'10" in high school. About a couple years later, I was about 5'9", and now I'm 5'8".
Dang, you're just shrinking.
Yeah, it's the amount of weight I put on me.
Yeah.
You know, it's shrinking. It's whatever. And I also do this.
Breaking down all the cartilage between your
The
discs
cartilage
and
and
your joints.
I'm smashing the porousness of my bones. I'm supposed to be doing that. It's a way of training that this guy calls himself Optimus Prime. He's an Olympic lifter, one of the strongest men in the world, Olympic power lifter, and he does that. Like he'll put like 800 pounds on his back and just let it just smash into him because he's crushing his bones. It makes it stronger, right? So
it's like crushing diamonds. Like, is that his
well,
theory
no.
behind
So
it?
bones are porous.
Yeah.
Right, and that's how they fracture and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's almost like a car, right? They give weak points on purpose, so if it cracks, it does it the right way.
Yeah.
So what he's doing is smashing the bone, so it's harder to break, and thicker, and all that other shit. So it's part of the plan, but I'm losing height here quick, you know. Like, I'm 32 and I've lost 2 inches.
That's a lot. I actually shrank also when I lost all my weight.
Really?
Apparently, when you lose 80 pounds, yeah, you shrink.
Interesting.
So I'm no longer 5'5" and a half.
Wow. Maybe that was part of it too. Who knows? Do we sort of fat in the bottom of our feet or something?
See, I didn't think so, but I'm kind of starting to think that I did.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're doing good. You know, I saw you lost all that weight. You know.
Yeah, and then I got pregnant, and I gained a bunch back, so now I'm working on getting that back.
Well, you can't even be mad about that.
I know.
Yeah, you can.
Dang kids, anyhow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade it for the world, though.
Right. I got 2, 14 and 11. Today's my daughter's birthday party, actually, at like 2 o'clock.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so they're old. I do not miss the baby stage.
I'm a late bloomer.
It's
like
okay.
I was 31 before.
That's right. Your husband's
I
like
was
12,
32
isn't
before I had my
he?
first
12,
one.
13? Isn't he? Somewhere in that.
28.
Right.
He's 4 years and a day younger than me.
Okay. And a day?
And a day.
Oh, your birthdays are so close. That's
Yep.
no fun.
Mine's 28th and mine's 29th. And our anniversary is exactly 6 months from my birthday. So it's like, really, it's kind of planned out kind of nice because we could do something big for our birthday and then 6 months later do something big for our anniversary.
Right.
So, I mean, we kind of planned it out that it's like every 6 months we could go somewhere.
That's fantastic. That's
yeah,
a good way of
just
looking at it.
gives us an option, like an opportunity, a reason to go do something.
Right. Right. Okay.
Yep.
So, gym update on your part. How's that looking for you? What do you do?
Pretty
Stay in mom
much
shape.
chase the kid, and I have a 40-pound adjustable kettlebell at home, and so I've been doing that. My husband's actually getting ready to build a gym in our shop, so
Nice.
I'll have a lot more options.
Cool.
But yeah, right now it's pretty much just band work and the kettlebell and chasing the kiddo.
You know, a lot of people talk
And running.
shit about those two things, especially kettlebells and bands.
Mm-hmm.
You can get some real fucking work done if you do those right.
Yeah.
So the part is putting in the work.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like these
Yeah, it's
people
the
just want to
doing
talk
it.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're talking shit because they have bands and a kettlebell and they don't want to touch them. That's what it is.
Because they sit in the corner and they get all dusty.
Right.
Yep.
Why don't you use those? They don't work. No, you don't work.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
know.
well, no, you're just not willing to put in the work to make them work.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can make anything work. I mean,
Exactly.
even just stones and shit outside.
Yeah,
That's what I
flipping
love about strong,
tires.
man.
I mean, when I did CrossFit, which I'm hoping once the gym is built, I can kind of go back to that kind of. That's I like the adrenaline mixed with the heavy lifting, so I mean that's kind of my jam.
Well, as long as so my biggest issue with CrossFit is the training involved. Doing a snatch, an overhead press, squats, deadlifts without being trained properly.
I was the
It's
snatch
stupid.
queen, and my form was.
So you're saying you have a good snatch?
I mean, yeah.
That's fantastic. Great. I'm glad that came out the way it did.
No,
Okay.
actually, the first time I ever went to a CrossFit gym, like for my first like day, they were actually practicing snatch, and so I was like, well, I guess I'm just getting thrown into it, and so yeah, then the gym owner was like, he's like, I'm gonna keep my eye on you, and so yeah, so like during my couple years of doing CrossFit, he like was helping me with my form, and like he wanted me to compete, and I did one competition, and I was like, I don't want to compete.
Okay.
Like I compete in barrel racing, that's about it.
Right, the horses.
Yes.
You've been doing that forever.
I still have my same horse that I got freshman year.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. He's
How's
old
he
man
doing?
now. He's great right now. He's like a dragon because the weather's getting cold.
Yeah.
Like summer, he was great because he's super mellow. But yeah, once the cold weather hits, he's back to being a 2-year-old. And he's
Oh, really?
24, almost 25.
How long do they live usually?
It really depends. Some live into their 30s. Some like 25 is really old. So it's like it just
Wow.
depends on how well they were taken care of their whole life and what kind of structure they have with their muscling and. He's 24, pretty much retired. I mean, the kid rides him, but
Yeah.
I ride him occasionally. I feel real bad because he's just pasture pony. But we also got a little rescue pony. She comes up to about my hip, and she's
Nice.
almost 40, so.
40? Jeez.
Ponies live, she'll probably outlive me.
Wow.
But normal size horses, they don't live quite as long, but ponies can live.
That's like that Chihuahua bullshit, huh?
Yeah!
Yeah, Chihuahuas fucking suck, but they'll live forever.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a Great Dane and they're called like the fucking, what is it? Like the, oh man. It's a dog that it's lasting 5 to 10 years maybe, every time.
6 is an old Great Dane. Like
Oh,
6 to 8.
man. That
Yeah.
makes me sad.
Like Great Danes, Mastiffs, all of them are like 6 to 8 is really, like you've gotten a lot of time out of them.
That sucks. I couldn't handle that.
I know.
Oh man.
That's why I like my 35 to 40 pound border collies. They live they're supposed to live till they're like between 15 and 17. Harley ended up with cancer in her sinuses, so she only made it to 10, but she made it to 10, dang
That's pretty good.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had mine's turning 6 this year.
What do you
He's
have?
an American bully. So it's
Oh.
pit bull, boxer, and bulldog.
Oh, and so he has a tail like a whip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. Big ass head that he just slams into everything. He doesn't give a shit either. He just turns, smacks it
I
into the
wanna
wall.
feel
Like,
it.
yeah, he's fine. He's a big dumbass is what he is. I
Yeah.
love him.
Oh, man.
But he's the best dog I've ever had in my life.
Oh,
Like,
I bet.
you tell him to sit, he just doesn't even question it. He's just sitting, you know? I mean, he's pretty aggressive, towards men especially.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
But loyal to a fault, I bet.
Absolutely. It's funny, though, because someone comes in the house and he's, like, behind me barking. He's like, we will fuck you
like,
up.
If Dad can't take you, I guess he'll have you worn out enough that I can take you.
Right. He's like, I will bite your leg while he beats your ass. That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, he bit, like, the back door neighbor, putting his finger through the fence. He was drunk, just being a dumbass.
Yeah.
My dog's going at the fence. I'm like, dude, I'm standing right there. I'm like, you need to fucking cut it out. He's like, oh, I have a pit bull too. Boom, took the tip of his finger off. I'm like, yeah, you kind of deserve that.
Deserved it.
But then my other neighbor...
It's like, you can't say my dog did it. You could have caught it on the fence.
Right. That's what that was.
Yeah.
If anything, it was me with some pliers.
Right.
Like, get your finger out of my fucking
Yeah.
property. So,
It's like, quit terrorizing my dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a weird dude, but
That's why I live in the middle of nowhere and I don't have neighbors.
I would like that.
Like,
Yeah, I'm going to get there eventually. I got the goats. I got goats. I fucking love goats. I will recommend them to anybody, man. Like,
do you trim their little feet?
their hooves.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got to trim their hooves.
They're such little assholes, though.
I don't know. Mine aren't. I don't know what
Really?
you're talking about. Like, these things are fucking, like, loud-ass dogs.
My friend Summer actually just trained her goat to heel.
Really?
Yeah, she's a dog trainer, and like, yeah, she's training her little goat.
Apparently they're pretty smart like that.
Yeah, it's pretty, like, okay, if I had a goat like that I like trained to do stuff, I would like it, but I don't want like a couple goats. Like, I just want you to eat my blackberry bushes and...
You know, these fucking assholes. Apparently, certain goats eat certain shit. So mine will eat the leaves
But
off of
nothing
everything.
else?
That's it. Yeah, just the leaves.
Oh,
And
you have like pygmies though, don't you?
I have Nigerian dwarf goats.
Oh, okay, yeah, the little guys. Yeah, they like the softer stuff.
Yeah, so I want like 40 goats, but like the ones that eat everything. Have you heard people doing that? Like they'll
Yeah.
drop off goats at your
Yeah,
house?
you can rent them out.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, I mean, she doesn't really do it for like rental purposes or like land clearing, but like my friend Tara is always looking for different properties to put her animals through the years because she has like, I mean, she has a whole farm. Like that's what she does for her life,
Wow.
which is amazing. That's my dream life. But yeah, so she'll like find people who need land cleared or whatever, and she'll just base her goats there until they get everything cleared, and then move them on to a next field.
That works.
And
I mean,
it's like it
free
helps her
boarding,
with the
too.
food bill, and yeah.
So she doesn't have to feed them; they just eat whatever's out there.
I mean, she still does like hay and stuff, but you don't have to do as much.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, because when they're eating all the vines and the leaves and all the other weeds and crud
Well,
that
you
are
want to keep
there.
them slightly hungry as well to eat all that shit, right?
Goats are always hungry.
Yeah.
They're never not hungry.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, they'll eat all day, every day.
Yes. Yeah, they will clear your property pretty quick.
Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, I'm down for goats. I want a farm. I want animals. I just want all that shit. But so we'll see how that goes. I tried already a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep getting like really close. I've gotten pending a couple times on a couple houses, and then it just doesn't work out. Yeah,
That would suck so bad.
I know.
It's like you're like, my dream is right there.
Well, I'm in the middle of like Cascade Park with 2 goats in my house, and I'm just like excited that nobody's complained because you know there's goats in my
Yes.
backyard. Like
Oh,
every
yeah.
morning, they see me and they just start screaming.
Oh no.
Yeah, they want food.
Yeah.
That's what they want, and as long as they're fed on time, they'll shut up. But if you don't, they will scream
My
until
horse is
you
the
feed
same
them.
way.
Yeah.
If he sees the light click on in the house, he's yelling. He's like, somebody's up, I'm starving to death.
Right. So you guys are fine. You can go a
Yes.
couple days without food. Plus, they got all the fucking alfalfa and shit. These goats are so spoiled. I have like it's a dog kennel, but it's a covered dog kennel. It's huge. It's like 10 foot by 8 foot. It's like 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall. 7 on the sides, 10 in the middle.
Okay.
Right, so it's got like a little cover. They have heat lamps. They have beds. They have like, I'm telling you, dude, they're so spoiled. And where they're at, I have a huge fucking apple tree.
Oh, I bet they love
Oh
that.
yeah, one of them does. The other one just like kind of grazes on them. but the other one's like trying to eat as many as possible. It's so funny. Yeah, I think they get drunk sometimes eating the rotten ones and shit.
Possibly.
Yeah, I'm into it. Let them do what they got to do.
I know a lot of animals will eat fermented fruit just so they can catch a little buzz.
Right. It's pretty interesting. Elephants are fucking bad for it too.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah. All those African animals over there. There's like this one very intoxicating fruit that it just has to hit the ground and it starts fermenting.
that. Really?
And so they'll wait. Like elephants will walk by and shake the fucking trees and then come back the next day and just get hammered. And they're like, there's videos of them, like monkeys and shit falling on their face.
Oh my gosh.
Zebras, fucking elephants, giraffes and shit. Like,
Oh jeez.
yeah.
Oh, that'd be scary to see a giraffe in that position because they are tall.
Yeah.
And all legs.
Well, I think people don't understand. Like you start getting like even farm animals, like a horse. No one quite understands how fucking giant horses are.
Yeah.
And then like a giraffe. That's like 10 horses.
Yeah.
Like the thing's fucking gigantic. Or like a gorilla. There was a guy I'd fight a gorilla.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
No,
you're an
you would
idiot.
die.
Yeah. You've seen two gorillas
He would just
fight?
like grab you by the arms and just rip you in half.
Right. Absolutely. He could just crush your whole forearm.
Yeah. He wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah. I'd definitely fight him if I had to. I'm not going to run. I'm not getting away. I'm
True.
too fat.
Yeah. And they look like they're pretty fast.
Tarzan did it, so I got it.
That's true.
Yeah. Have you seen that new Tarzan movie?
No.
So the new live action one I thought was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And one of my main reasons is because he fights a gorilla. I don't want to ruin it too much for you, but he fights one of these fucking gorillas, and it's like very realistic to me. Because he gets his ass beat.
Yeah.
But he's doing everything he can. He's like running and like dodging and then like smacking him and then running and like it looked like the most realistic way you would be able to fight a gorilla
is to just
being
stay out of
raised
its
by a
reach.
gorilla.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
So
yeah.
I mean, he was strong as fuck already, right? Like probably as strong as a human could be, like physically.
Mm.
Even he had no fucking chance. Jeez. No chance. Like this thing is just beating the shit out of him, and it was delicious.
I bet.
It just made me like people don't understand. Like people trying to fight a bear or a fucking gorilla or some shit. Oh, I'd be fine. No, you wouldn't. Like, you have no idea. Like just go look at a real one. Stand next to it.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I mean, you'll smell it first because they stink.
Gorillas?
Gorillas, bears, like they smell real bad.
Nice.
Like my horse and I have walked up on a couple of bears out at like Whipple Creek in
Jeez.
Ridgefield. Yeah, and you smell them before you see them.
That's gross.
Yeah, they're smelly animals. We also had a cougar in our barn last year or the year before. Like made a nice little den in there.
Shit.
She also smelled real bad.
Cougars are no joke. They're like really hunting humans now. It's
Well,
a thing.
yeah, it's because their whole home's burning down.
Well, their home's burning down and humans are little
Moving
pussies.
out. And yeah.
What are you going to do? I mean, I think the only story I ever heard was this guy who's like a jiu-jitsu black belt fought a cougar to save his son. His like 8-year-old son.
So it's like he has the daddy complex thing going on because he's like protecting
He's gotta
his
protect
child.
And
So he
so
has
it
all
was
that adrenaline, and then his training behind that. I mean, that's
it was a
like
younger
the only way you're
cougar.
gonna.
He got it in a headlock and just choked it until it passed out. Now he's still hospitalized. That thing tore the fuck out
I
of his
bet.
back, bit him. Like he is fucking like almost dead anyways.
Oh, jeez.
And all he did was knock this thing out, like put it to sleep, and then he got away. But like, yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, bro.
That's nuts.
I'm into it.
They're big kitties.
Yeah, people don't get that shit either. Like, you ever seen like a tiger, like a real one, like up, like close, like in the
No.
zoo or some shit? Like,
But I've seen like little tiny babies who are like a couple weeks old, and they're still like the size of my dog.
right?
Like 30 pounds.
We are like, I feel like our intelligence is almost our downfall as well.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, we know, we'll be fine. Like, you're overthinking it, bro. This thing is not going to overthink anything. It's 10 times your size, 10 times stronger than you. You're going to fucking die.
Well, and all of our primal instincts are going out the door.
Right.
So it's like we're leaning so much on technology and stuff these days that instead of, using your brain to protect yourself, like our flight instinct is way stronger than anything else now.
Well, it better be because we're weak as shit. I mean, even a dog. I've been bit by a dog in both my hands, and it's like, that's it. There's a hole.
Yeah.
It's one little nibble, you know, and they don't fuck around. Like, imagine that thing attacking you. Yeah, good luck.
Yep.
Anyways, all right, let's hit some subject. Oh, actually, since this is Psychotic Strength, let's talk about your husband.
Okay.
Just had that bodybuilding competition.
Yes.
How did you feel about that? Like, just go over that.
He looked amazing. It was his first one. Prep sucks. Like, not gonna lie, like he's kind of a bear.
Yeah.
Like he's real cranky because he's used to eating closer to 4,000 calories a day, and right now he's down to like 1,300.
I saw that.
And we are ketogenic, so we are low carb, moderate to high fat, and decent protein. And so he doesn't have like the carbs to like break that up, which he's a little moody.
Yeah.
But I'm handling it with as much grace as possible. And he is really like he really tries to like keep that in check. But you can tell he's ready to be done with the prep because he has another show in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So he did his first show in Arlington last weekend.
Okay.
And the classes weren't huge, but it's like he mapped out pretty close with all those guys. He just didn't have the experience behind it.
Right.
So it's like he looked the part. He just needed to do a few more like.
He needs to work on his posing.
Yeah.
For sure. So like I was looking, and he's got some dense muscle on him.
Oh
He
my
really
gosh, his
does.
back is amazing.
But I'm seeing some of it, like his spread up front, like a few things I'm looking at. I'm like, ooh, he just doesn't know how.
Well, and it was really funny because earlier this week we've been working on posing and stuff, and he had a meeting with his coach in the morning, and he's like he's trying so hard to get that lat spread down.
Yeah.
And so he finally, he got it, and it was, he looked really wide.
Nice.
And he was just, he didn't know what it felt like, so he didn't know how to get it there. So then once he finally got it there, he's like, so that's what it feels like. And so I'm like, okay, now you just have to walk around like that all the time so you have it down.
Right.
I'm like, because that size, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that lat spread the entire time you're on stage.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can see the mass on him.
Yeah, he's got it.
It's just that spread, especially, is what I was looking at. Was like, dude, it's like you can't even see it. And it took me a long time to figure out how to spread, and I figured out how to do it for benching, because you can use them as like springboards, right? That's how I was taught how to do it. So now I can spread, but it is one of those things like, spread your lats. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, how do you do that?
Right,
like, how do you focus on just one muscle and just be like, okay, now move?
Yeah, now just like make it bigger. Like,
yes.
do that. So it takes a lot of just like fucking around in the mirror and like all that other shit. So it'd be cool to see if he can get that lat spread especially down.
Yes.
He's going to look a lot better in these poses.
Well, and so the WMBF show that he was at in Arlington, they're out on stage for like 20 to 30 minutes.
Ooh.
So he's holding these poses and trying to stay as big as possible for almost a half an hour. The show in 2 weeks, he's going to be on stage for like 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, he'll go out, do his turns, and then he's gone. Like, he has to have it. Like,
This was a lot bigger of a show.
It's NPC, so it's natural.
Natural-ish. Okay, I appreciate that.
No, it's just not quite as strict as the WMBF.
Okay.
So, because with the WMBF, there's like polygraphs and like testing and like all this other stuff. So,
Okay.
whole lot more wrapped into it.
I had a friend who was doing the natural stuff, and I just feel bad watching those people do that kind of stuff, because it's beautiful to see what you can actually do without the help. I just am always like, fuck it.
You
know,
want to be there
like,
quick?
Yeah.
You want to see results?
I want to be huge. I want to be strong as fuck. Like, yeah. I don't know if you've listened to any of these podcasts, but I do it. A lot of people that I work with do it, you know. Especially in strongman, it's kind of a prerequisite. They don't test for shit. They don't fucking care.
They just want to see what
They want the strongest human being chemically possible, right? And that's what everybody does.
Yeah.
And it does help, like, extremely a lot. But that's if you're doing it right. If you know your numbers, if you're not fucking with two different things. I mean, it took me years to get this shit down. And I'm still to the point where even the last podcast I did, Joey Stamke, he actually just won nationals for strongman in his division, which we're super proud of him. But he was like, oh, so like, what are your numbers? Like, why are you doing that stuff? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, it sounded like a good amount. Like, I don't know. Is it a lot? He's like, yeah, that's a lot. And I'm like, oh, well, is it like the most you've ever heard? He's like, no, not even. But like, so I'm not crazy amount. I'm probably doing about 80% of what I probably should be doing. Like, probably could handle.
Yeah.
I'm up to like 80% of it. So it's a lot.
Dang.
Right. But at the same time, like, I pulled 700 last Monday after, I want to say, about a year of not trying to even go that heavy. Mm-hmm. And I just threw it on there and fucking smashed it, right? So, like, the actual building that it gives you is insane. And I would suggest, especially like your husband, you're saying he's staying natural, he's doing it as long as he possibly can, do that. Because when you start, you'll never stop.
Yeah.
Never. It's hard because the amount of strength gains, so a normal amount of strength gains, like, let's say when you start hitting peaks, would be like, let's say 50 pounds on each of your lifts per year. Well, I can get about a 50-pound raise per month.
Dang.
On these lifts, right, if I'm doing this right.
Which is like his whole goal. Like, yes, he wants to lift heavy, but at the same time, like, he's doing it more in the fact of he wants to build muscle and, like, look.
Well, so that's the other thing, too, is it's also the type of steroids I take are for building strength, not for building muscle, right? But there's also that other shit that will blow you up like a fucking, like, a balloon animal.
Yeah.
And just you'll just explode. And the hard part is, too, when you're used to busting your fucking ass natural. I did it for a while, right? When you're used to doing that and then you get the boost, like, that's a whole nother level. You're at this level where, like, no one can touch you for a while because you're just used to busting your ass. Plus, you have the help. And
so now you're busting your ass and you have the...
Yeah. So if he starts, I guarantee you, like, 60, 70 pounds of muscle in, like, a year. He'll just explode. Especially the first round you do.
Which I feel like that would be too much.
You say that. Everyone says that. Everyone says that.
I am really happy with him going natural route.
Right.
I mean, because he's only 28, so it's like he has tons of time to, like, mature.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, he's got muscles. And it's like they're just going to keep progressing, so.
Well, and that's the thing. Push your limits. Push your absolute limits.
Yep.
Then maybe when you peak out and you're not getting any bigger or stronger or any of that shit, then look into it.
Yeah.
Right? But why fuck with it if it's working?
Exactly.
There's no point. And,
yeah.
And he looks good. Looks real good.
Yes.
Like I said, I mean, if he works on some of that posing.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's its own bitch.
Uh-huh.
There's posing coaches because it's a hard thing to figure out.
Yeah. Well, and the crappy thing is before the first show, he only saw his posing coach in person once because they're in Salem.
Oh, boo.
Or, like, Eugene or something like that. And so we went down the week before the show, and that's the first time he got to work with him in person. He learned a ton, but he didn't really have a ton of time to, like, polish all of that before the show. So he's really working really hard between that show and the next one on getting all of that posing down. We're going to drop physique after this next show because they told him if he wants to be serious in physique, he has to shave the beard, and that's a no-go. So.
Oh, you're not going to let him do it?
No. He can do bodybuilding, but he's got to keep the beard.
Okay.
And they told him if he wanted to be competitive with the physique, it's like he's got good legs, so it's like the shorts cover up the legs. So why does he need to do physique?
Does he have good legs?
He does have good legs.
Okay. Yeah, that's another question I had. Well, a lot of times when guys go from being bigger, that bigness gives you legs.
Exactly. Yeah, that was
so
like
he's going to have good legs. Whereas like skinny guys who become bodybuilders have such a hard time building that muscle
on their legs. Yeah.
So yeah, he probably has got some good legs.
Yeah.
I saw a before and after picture.
Yeah, I mean, because we were both like way big when we got together. I mean, I was pushing 300 pounds, and I lost over 80 pounds before our wedding. And it's like I was 163 when we got married. Wow. So.
That's pretty fucking good. That's really good. My biggest issue with, like, weight, especially, I stop fucking with it. I measure. I just measure everything.
Yeah.
And it's a lot better for me because I get so much muscle, and it's such thick, dense fucking muscle that I'll break 300 easy. You know, like I walk around 260 to 280, and that's just walking around normally.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are like, oh, like you don't look like you're like you think of a 300-pound man, you're thinking just like belly and like all
you
that
don't
other
think
shit.
that it's way heavier than fat, so
Right.
you're gonna look more put together.
And there's all these
versus-
things that people don't get, like when I say 700-pound deadlift, right? Like people are like, oh well, you know, like if I had to, I'd probably pull like 400. Like no, you
No.
probably can't even do that.
No.
You know, like people don't quite understand until they get under a fucking bar and start lifting shit and realize how actually impressive some of that shit is.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts. Like it took me a long time to learn. I was like, oh, 800 pounds, I'll get there easy. I'll no problem, no
Like,
problem.
it'll take me a bit.
Well, I got to 755 was the best I've ever done deadlift wise, and that took me fucking years. And I do this program 531. It's Jim Wedler, and it's like a 5-pound progression every month, and that's how long it took me to do it. Like a 5-pound progression all the way up to 755 pounds, and it's monotonous, it's tedious.
Did you start
know?
lifting in high school or?
I've always been kind of strong, but no, not really. When I went wrestling, that's when I started lifting. And then I switched schools and did all that other bullshit and had a kid, and I got fat. 320 pounds, and I couldn't bench 135.
I couldn't bench 135 either.
Right. But I mean, like, as a guy, right?
Like the bar.
Just a 45 pounds on each side should be pretty standard for an adult male.
Yeah.
You know, and I couldn't even do that. So it was like working all the way back. Then I lost like 60 pounds in 6 months, and I was pissed because everything just started hanging and looking gross. I'm like, this is fucking worse.
Yeah.
And my buddy's like, just get strong as fuck, fill it in. And I'm like, cool. Let's do that.
Good advice.
Right. Like, so I started lifting for physique, and I get big, but I have like a few things. Like the gyno, I have gyno, right? But I was born that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you've known me a long time.
Yeah.
Right? They've always been there. So that won't go away. So like doing a physique, even getting on stage, it would never look right because unless I got surgery, right? So I was like, well, fuck it. I'll just get like strong as shit.
Yeah, there's competitions for that too.
Right.
Like, there's competitions for everything these days.
There's competition for anything.
Yeah.
Anything. And I love it, man. So ended up doing that, and the 3 lifts didn't really excite me too much. Just doing deadlift, squat, and bench. Like, I'm like, that's fucking lame. Like, they're so static. And then he's like, well, do strongman. And I'm like, so he sent me to a strongman coach, and I fell in love with it. I was like, I get to pick up cars and fucking rocks. And
Right. See, I can do the rocks, but like, man, I could flip the log. I mean, a little log, like a stick. No, I'm just kidding.
that's okay. So that's the thing too. I love with strength too.
Like,
Is
tractor tires are fun.
I guess.
I can do that.
I fucking
Well, okay,
hate
they're like
tires.
little baby things for you, but
No,
like, for
no, I
me,
just
that's
hate
like,
tires in general.
Why?
The actual, well, the problem is they're in a lot of strongman comps.
Yeah.
I can do them really well. My legs are fucking strong as shit. And a lot of people think it's an upper body thing, but it's really driving into it and shoving
getting
it up.
that end to stick and then getting it
Well,
to come
in
up.
one competition, we had a heavy ass 900-pound fucking tire.
Oh, geez.
3 people tore biceps. 3
Oh.
people. And I was like, if I'm gonna have competitions and shit, I'll never have a fucking tire. Like, it hurts more people in these competitions than any other.
Well, yeah,
thing.
probably because the way that you're holding it and
Well,
like you're
it's
pushing
mostly
everything.
when you shove. It's when you go to shove and then catch. Mm-hmm. Like all that weight goes just right on your arms and your biceps, and people don't understand you need a leg under there.
Yeah.
But you don't want a leg under there because what if you let go completely? Now you're fucked. I've seen
Yeah.
that too. A tire just crushed some dude's leg. Man, so like.
A car that weighs as much as a car, or a tire that weighs as much as a car.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's not fun to fuck with. So 3 in one event, or in one show, I saw pulled. And it really scared the fuck out of me about doing them. I just don't like them. And then at the same time, like, where do you store them?
Yeah.
Most people store them outside. I don't like flipping wet tires.
Or spiders.
Oh, fuck spiders. Well, whatever. But, like, that splash,
Yeah.
that stinky-ass rainwater that's been sitting in there forever.
See, that's when you just do it while it's raining, because then you're just...
That sounds way better.
Yeah.
How does that sound better?
Because then you're not like...
It's also harder.
If the icky water gets on you, then it doesn't wash this off. I mean, we live in the Pacific Northwest, so
Right.
I went to CrossFit Untamed on Highway 99, and so it's like most of the time when we were flipping tires, it was raining out. So.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm good. Anything that'll hurt me. So I've seen some shit. Like I had a buddy drop a 220-pound keg on his chest, like just barely missed his heart, obliterated his whole shoulder.
My husband always like sends me the videos where they like tear their pec or their bicep, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I tore my bicep. I had to have surgery and everything, but it was boxing. So the problem is when you get to my strength level, like I break doors because I just don't realize how fucking strong I am sometimes, and I'll just like they'll smash open, right? Well, so I did a hook. He blocked it right at my wrist, and I tore my own bicep. Because I swung so fucking hard and my body's behind it. And it was like, God damn it. Like I lift all the time.
Yeah.
I deadlift constantly.
You're like, I go to punch a dude, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Right. And that sucked too. I was like a month away from an actual fight.
Oh, no.
So I was so ready for this fight. I had lost all the weight. I was ready. And then I had to pull out. I had to get surgery. Yeah. 8-month recovery.
Oh, man. Only 8 months? And you, like, was that back to, like, light duty or, like, to full bore?
I was lifting the whole time.
Oh, okay.
But, like, I'm putting a strap over my neck to fucking squat and deadlift, and it sucked. But 2 days I get back in the gym full bar. I'm allowed to actually start lifting again, and then COVID hit and kicked me out again. I was fucking mad.
Did your gym shut down?
For a little bit. But Hardcore Barbell, he doesn't give a fuck. So he's like, it's now a private establishment. It's a club.
That's kind of what Battleground Fitness did.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was like, I think he shut down for like less than a month. And
Right.
he was just like, this is bullshit. He's like, people want to work out.
Not just that we want to, we need to.
Yeah.
Like I started smoking weed again, eating edibles, like, because I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
I lift like 3 hours a day.
Yeah, because you had all that energy that had nowhere to go. So
Right.
it's like, of course you're not going to sleep.
It was just fucking terrible. So I started doing that. Well, so I started with the edibles just to help me sleep, and then I started eating them during the day because what else am I gonna fucking do? Why not? And then I started smoking again, and I have asthma. So I'm like, and I'll cough until my lungs close, and then I have to like try and open them again.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, okay, again. And I just keep going.
Oh, geez.
And the thing was, too, the last time I bought like this little case had 3 joints in it, right? I smoked the first 2, and the third one. By the time I get to the third one, I realized I don't like it. I don't like being high. I just don't. But I'm not gonna not smoke it, right? I already have it.
You already bought it.
So now I smoke the first half. I smoke a half a joint instead of just taking a couple puffs like I was with the other ones. So I'm like fucking extremely high, and I just did not have a good day. And then the last of it, I smoked the rest of it, and I'm just laying in bed just thinking about how much I hate being stoned.
Oh, no.
I just hated it. Who knows how long I was laying there staring at the ceiling, but I was pissed.
It's like because you don't feel like you want to do anything, and
I can't live like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just not do anything. So it was interesting.
I feel you there.
Yeah.
I constantly have something going.
Well, and the thing is, like, edibles before you go to bed, that's fine, right? Like, I mean, and I don't even bash anybody who smokes. Like, if that's what you need to help yourself feel better, that's fine. I don't care. But it's just not for me. Like drinking. I love drinking.
I quit drinking.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me, too.
Like 2 years sober.
2 years?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It was becoming an issue. So it's no longer an issue.
Mine was a very big issue. I quit in 2011. And it was on purpose, right? Like, it just became a huge problem. I was, like, drinking all day, every day, and it was fucking terrible. But, yeah. Same. Oh. Where are we at? Okay, we have some time. Let's hit one of these subjects. Okay? So, feminism. You're a female.
I am a female.
What's up? How do you feel about feminism? Let me get your... like, just your definition of what feminism is.
See, I'm really bad because I like to take care of my husband and stuff. So I'm like one of those women. Like, the ones that make feminists look bad. Because, like, I like to clean the house and, like, take care of my my little family. But I also, like, I have my own opinions, and, like, you wouldn't see, like, most of your, like, housekeeper ladies, like, wouldn't do, like, lifting and CrossFit and horseback riding and things, so.
Well, I think feminism has just gotten a little out of hand.
Yes.
Recently.
Like the yuppies on TV.
Well, it just doesn't make any sense to me that someone screams out equality while, like, bashing someone else.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm all for equality. I feel like you should understand your biological differences.
Yes.
And then at the same time, like don't be a douche.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I didn't do anything to you. Stop
No,
being
it's
me.
like, I mean, if a man wants to hit you, hit him back.
No.
I mean, a man should never hit a woman, but also
Right,
a woman
course.
should never hit a man. But
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, neither of us should be hitting either. of us.
no,
I mean,
there should be a mutual respect.
if you're in the gym, right, and it's a kickboxing gym or whatever,
Yeah.
I got my ass beat by Lisa.
Yeah.
She's.
I mean, that is an appropriate place to get hit.
right.
But
I was the only one who actually started throwing to her too, because I was like, "You're in here. You're better than me. If I don't
You're like,
throw,
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
whip
beat
my
my ass."
ass.
Yeah. Like, little 120-pound chick just beat the shit out of me too. It was great. Yeah. So it was for me. Feminism has a different meaning than a lot of, like, the normal liberal feminists that are available at the moment.
yeah, like all the ones that are like holding signs and shouting on TV. It's like, that's not changing anything.
Right. Well,
Like,
and then
that's
what
just
are
making feminists look like idiots.
well, and that's not feminism.
No.
You can't
It's
put
terrorism.
one side down and expect equality out
Yeah.
of both, because I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And then at the same time, for me, biologically, we're different,
Yeah.
right? We were created to do different things, and like
Men are built to have stronger muscles than women, but
Right.
women sure as hell try.
right. And then that's when I get into, oh, you agree with feminism and all that other shit, and then most of those people are also on the same thing with, like, the trans thing. Like, so now you're going to ruin my daughter's chance at ever going to
Yeah.
college because you're letting men
Yeah,
compete in
because
her
they
league.
have a completely different genetic makeup.
Well, and because they're fucking garbage,
Yeah.
right? Like, so you're placed like 100 and something with the men, and then you're placed number one with the women, and you think that's okay? Like,
Yeah.
fuck you, get
Yeah,
out of
it's
here.
like, what were you born with? That's what you are, sir.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. You do what you got to do, man. And you want to chop that fucking thing up? That's fine. You were still
You're
born
still a
with it.
man.
Right.
You were still born with a penis.
And the thing that, have you ever seen the show Bones?
Yes.
So I love that show, and it's one of my main things I go to with, like, super hardcore feminists, like, especially on, like, the trans issue and stuff. Well, then how come no matter what this person's wearing as a skeleton, she knows what it is, how old they were, what
Yeah.
ethnicity they were, right?
It's like,
I mean,
they're not going to care if you chopped your dick off. Like,
they don't even know it's
No,
gone already,
yeah.
anyways. Fuck it.
it's like it already went to the rats and bugs, and
Oh man.
I love murder shows.
So you're one of those, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So you've seen the Dahmer and all that other stuff already?
Oh, yes.
I don't watch any of that shit.
Murder podcast.
Murder podcast.
All the time. Morbid, a true crime podcast is like my go-to.
Damn, that's scary. Yeah. I don't understand why people like that shit. Like, have you ever seen it
My
in person?
husband also thinks
Really?
that it's scary, yes.
Thinks
I
that
have
it's
seen
scary.
it. Yeah, that I'm like so into it. But it just keeps him on his toes, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
And
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
actually, his little brother and I just had this conversation. He's like, "Why do you watch that stuff?" I was like, "Because you learn a lot when you watch and listen to those things."
So it makes me nervous because I was talking to somebody the other day about, like, what I think TV does to us as humanity.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, one of the reasons I don't like zombie shows. First of all, just a lot of it seems so unrealistic. Like,
But then,
World
like, the
War
bath
Z.
salts thing happened, and like somebody ate a dude's face in
Right.
Seattle. So.
Well, so, like, have you seen World War Z, Brad
Yeah.
Pitt? I feel like if zombies were available, that's what they would
Yeah.
be. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
None of this, like, walking around.
No,
and-
not like actual dead people that are like walking around. No, it's gonna be people who are so drugged out and like on God knows what. That's just gonna like they're gonna look dead, but they're still living
Well,
people.
my problem with it is some dude decided, hey, that's a good idea, and is smart enough and is trying to figure that shit out in his basement. That's what concerns me. You
In his
know?
mom's basement.
In his mom's basement.
Yes.
Right. Right.
It's always those guys you gotta watch out for.
They're scary people.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really are. Okay, so feminism, weird subject, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about toxic masculinity?
I mean, I think anybody can be a douchebag.
Anybody can be a douchebag.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like toxic masculinity and masculinity in general, I feel, are being lumped in together.
Which is unfortunate, because there's a big difference.
There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. There's a big difference in someone who has... man, who's that guy?
Oh, no, you didn't tell me.
You don't know. Okay, perfect. But no, it's like one of those like TikToks or Instagram videos, and it's that guy who's like, so you think that every man should be dangerous? And it's like, well, no, every man should be capable of violence and danger and all that other stuff and have the ability to control it. I mean, you see this a lot in like, you go to my gym, the best fucking fighters, these guys, they're not pieces of garbage. They're not pieces of shit, right? They wouldn't just start a bar fight for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these men are capable of killing you with their fucking hands, and they don't, right?
Yeah.
Mostly because they have the ability to do
Yes.
that. So I think that the necessity for that kind of shit is still there.
Mm-hmm.
So having the ability but not using it is masculinity. But toxic masculinity is using just what you are, like, against other people because of it.
Well, and it seems like a lot of the men who are more toxic with, like, who use their toxic masculinity are usually, like, the scrawny douchebags who think they're the shit, who talk down to their women and beat them and, like, all that other stuff where it's like they could be a decent human, but they choose not to be.
Right.
And so instead of being like, you know, I'm a man, I need to take care of things, instead of, you know, break them down, they use it. Yep, no, it's gone.
No, it's okay. I just feel like the guys who can't actually beat up a real man
Yeah.
beat up on women.
Yeah.
And it's really sad because you do get into that. There is that, again, biological difference. Even kind of a weaker man is still stronger than most women. And it's really frustrating.
Well, and a lot of times those men prey on women who they know are weaker than them.
Right?
And who know won't stand up for themselves.
Yeah, it's irritating. Yeah. Whereas, like, I feel like real men would definitely chop those dudes' testicles off.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I feel like any man who hits a woman loses his man card. Any man who hits children, well, if you're spanking your child, that's one thing, as long as you're not taking it too far.
Spanking and beating your child are two completely different things.
So I spanked my kids. I haven't had to do it in fucking years.
My child has also been spanked.
Right.
Not hard, he's 10 months old,
Well,
but...
my rule was one time. I'm allowed to hit them once. So they understand what the fuck's going on. I make my point. But anything else after that would be for me. Not for them. And so what's the point of that? Mm-hmm. So I feel better? Like, that's not what this is about.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I need to be able to handle my emotions as a fucking adult. Not by just hitting someone.
Yeah, and with them, like, they don't have that process
Yeah, they
yet.
don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard this thing, too, about dogs. Like, I guess they don't understand... like, they don't feel bad. They'll never feel bad at all, ever, for anything they do because they just don't have that process.
Yeah.
But on the same token, if you step on them, they think you did it on purpose.
Yeah, and they, like, flail around and act like
Yeah.
it's the biggest deal in the whole world. I did it to my dog.
I'm so sorry. You come over here, I will love the shit out of you. But they're just like, I know you did that on purpose, but I forgive you. And
Yes.
you're like, I didn't.
You're
Maybe
like,
if you didn't stand under my feet while I'm making a sandwich.
yeah, maybe if you didn't lay right where I'm, you know, about to walk through.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Jack. Right.
It's like every time I'm walking to the crib, he'll lay down right in front of the crib. And I'm like, seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, mine's pretty annoying, too. He's always one of those, he's got to be the first out the door. So fucking annoying to him. Just move. You don't get to go out the door this time. Like, just get out of here. But if I just have the front door open, he'd never leave. He's just going to stand there. But
if he knows you're going somewhere, or even
He
thinks
wants to
you're
go.
going somewhere.
I'd take him everywhere. I don't give a fuck. He's a
Yeah.
good guy. I don't care if he bites people. It's fine. I'd probably bite those
Shuttle
people,
buff
too.
out.
Right, exactly. Shuttle buff out. You'll heal. You're human. You'll be all right. Yeah. All right, so toxic masculinity. All right. I like asking ladies this question. To you, in your own opinion, right? This is your opinion. So it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks. What do you consider a good man to be? A good partner.
A good
Sorry.
partner.
I know that you are straight and you are with a man, so that's why I said it that way. But what would you consider a good partner?
I mean, communication, someone who communicates. I mean, just, I don't know, my best friend, and I have him, so it's hard to,
Right.
like, explain him. Because it's like, he takes care of his family and makes sure we have what we need, and we're on a mutual playing field with, I mean, our health and everything. I mean, we both want the same goals, or similar goals.
Right.
I don't know, it's hard to explain him.
It is hard. I feel like...
It's like, it's hard to explain something you have.
Right, okay.
Like,
right. Yeah, when you're looking for something, there's a bunch of boxes that need to be checked.
Yeah.
And I actually had a friend of mine, because I just, again, recently divorced,
Mm-hmm.
so he was like, look, here's what you need to do. Make a list of 5 things that are never acceptable to not be in your partner. And then make a list of 5 more things that are things that you want in your partner as well. And if they don't cover the first 5 things, it's over already. Like, don't even fuck with it. You're already going to be giving up what you need in a relationship with those first 5 things. If they don't have 1 or 2 of the last 5, but have the first 5, that's something you can talk about and work around, right? So that was good advice for me, because that's just you start talking to people. I'm a dude, right? And I'm trying to fuck everything that walks. Like, that's just kind of what I do. I'm like, oh, you have a hole? Great. Like, that sounds fantastic. But no, it's really something you got to look for in a partner and like actually find. Like, those first 5 things, those are unnegotiable. They're non-negotiable. They are. But those other 5 things are hard to find too. And it's someone will check all the boxes. Just got to be patient. Right.
well, I know, like, before he and I got together, I had a list. And he checked every single box. But I could not, for the life of me, tell you what was on that list today.
Yeah?
I mean, that was 4 years ago.
4 years. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Beard. Have a German last name that means something not okay. A bodybuilder. And and I saw those spandex.
Okay, he was
so
not a
he's
bodybuilder
hung
when we
like a
got
mule.
together.
I saw that thing. You high-five him for me.
Okay, I will.
All right, good.
I will definitely.
Because I appreciated the fuck out of those undies. No, he seems like a really good dude.
He's amazing.
Yeah, you're a cool chick, and I know that you're not going to be... I don't think you would have stepped into this amount of a relationship with somebody that you didn't find absolutely amazing. So, yeah. He's a lucky dude. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to wrap it up here real quick. We got in about an hour. We do a couple things.
Okay.
First thing is, if you want to shout anybody out, now's the time to do it.
My husband, Dakota Geil, and our
Right.
baby rider.
Your baby rider.
Baby rider. Ryder.
Right. I just had to say it that
I
way.
know.
It is what it is. And I'm going to shout out Joey Stampke, winning nationals, and then Craig Recor went to the IPF Worlds yesterday or the day before, and they beat like 5 world records, or it was 3 world records, 5 national records, and then 6 state. And so it was a really big fucking deal. He was in Masters, I'm assuming, because he's old as fuck. But no, he did really good. He did. His lifts were amazing. He hit around a 1,700 total for a 220-pound guy.
Dang.
Which is pretty fucking decent.
No kidding.
Yeah. So good job on that shit. Yeah, you got any dad jokes?
See, you ask a question, goes blank.
It's okay.
I'm usually full of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't have any. But I was watching...
I'll have to send you. I watched this guy who, like, he can't get through a dad joke because he just starts laughing. Oh my gosh, I love him.
It's so funny. I love his shit. I was thinking, yeah, them, and then there's like 2 dudes sitting in like a lawn chair.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love them too.
I love dad jokes. They're my favorite.
You
But
know, of course, when you need one, you can't find one.
of course not. Yeah, I can't think of a single one right now. I had a couple to begin
Blank.
too.
Blank.
That sucks.
Blank slate.
Well, I make them all the time, so it's fair. I'm hilarious when it comes to that. All right. Well, yeah, thanks for coming. Again, this is Tyler Toby Townsend.
And Alyssa Geil.
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 What does it mean? Just say it. Say it. I'm going to look it up and say it
That's
on the next podcast.
fine.
I'm sorry. We can't leave yet. We cannot leave. I need to know. Geil in German. Geil meaning. Happened up. Sweat.
No.
No. Cool, great, and awesome, all in one.
Oh my goodness.
Saying
gracious.
Oh, did I spell it wrong? Is it I-E?
No, it's Geil.
Geil, that's what I said.
Oh my goodness. Now I have to iPhone this crap.
iPhones are lame. Geil meaning in German. Hot. Horny.
Yeah, I
Randy,
was like...
wicked.
This is the second one.
Of course he picked the Randy or horny.
No, it's horny.
It's horny?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Miss Horny, you and Mr. Horny make beautiful children.
Thank you.
Yep. Keep him off testosterone so he can keep getting horny
Yes.
without it.
Yes.
But or you can just keep him on it and he'll always be Geil. Forever. Forever.
Forever.
Nonstop. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get you back on here another time.
All right. Hopefully I won't blank out so bad.